Have you ever looked at your life and wondered why nothing seems to be changing? You pray, you wait, you hope, but deep inside, you feel empty. Like everyone else is moving forward while you remain stuck in the same place. That is why the words of God in Isaiah 54 are so shocking, because God speaks to a barren woman, and instead of comforting her with sympathy, he tells her, "Sing, O barren." Sing? How do you sing when your prayers seem unanswered? How do you rejoice when your life feels empty? How do you worship while carrying disappointment? Yet this is exactly where God reveals one of the deepest lessons of faith. In Bible times, barrenness was more than pain. It was shame. It was loneliness. It was feeling forgotten. A barren woman often felt invisible, unchosen, left behind. But God looked at the barren woman differently. While people saw emptiness, God saw potential. While people saw delay, God saw preparation. While she saw closed doors, God already saw the harvest coming. That is why he told her to sing before the miracle arrived, because heaven does not wait for evidence to begin rejoicing. Faith celebrates before it sees. Sometimes God asks you to praise him while nothing around you makes sense. Not because your pain is fake, not because your tears are invalid, but because your current season is not your final story. Some of you are in barren seasons right now, not necessarily physically, but emotionally barren, spiritually tired, financially drained, mentally exhausted. You feel like you keep pouring and pouring, yet nothing seems to grow. But God is saying, do not let emptiness make you think I have abandoned you. The beautiful thing about God is this: he often chooses barren places to produce miracles. Sarah was barren, yet nations came out of her. Hannah was barren, yet she gave birth to a prophet. Elizabeth was barren, yet she carried the one who would prepare the way for Jesus. Again and again, God proves that barren seasons are not wasted seasons. Sometimes he allows the waiting because he is preparing something bigger than you imagined. And maybe that is why worship becomes powerful in seasons of delay, because praise confuses despair. When you worship in the waiting, you are declaring, God, I still trust you even here. That is real faith. Not praising after the breakthrough, praising before it. And right after telling the barren woman to sing, God says something powerful. Enlarge the place of thy tent. In other words, prepare for what is coming. Prepare emotionally. Prepare spiritually. Prepare your heart for increase. Because God does not tell empty people to enlarge their tents for no reason. So if you are in a season that feels barren, do not lose heart. Your delay is not your destruction. Your emptiness is not evidence that God has forgotten you. Sometimes the quietest seasons produce the deepest miracles. So sing anyway. Pray anyway. Trust anyway. Because the same God who spoke life into barren places in the Bible is still working today. And your story is not over yet.